Fashion, not an obvious subject for academic study, but at St Paul's Catholic College, Fashion Week offers a wealth of cross-curricular opportunities. And the climax, a catwalk fashion show. It's Monday morning at St Paul's Catholic College in Sussex. All week, Year 7s will be learning about fashion and making outfits for a fashion show on Friday. But at the start of the week, some students have a limited view of fashion.
I'm not really interested in fashion, but I wouldn't go out wearing something that would embarrass me.
I'm looking forward to making and designing the clothes. And I don't really know what I'm not looking forward to.
I think fashion is important in some cultures, like Sikhist, because they have to wear their thingies, I forgot what they're called, turbans.
I can't imagine RE being much to do with fashion or tech, because in tech you just make food and do wood, and in RE you just learn about Jesus.
What I really wanted to talk about was desire and aspirations.
To kickstart the week, Malcolm McInnes from the University of Brighton's renowned fashion department is here to inspire the students.
I designed this dress. I wanted to create something that was really quite primitive. And when this dress is worn, these side trains actually move about like this on the catwalk. And it really looks as though it's someone dressed in like a mammal dress, almost whale-like. I've had the most extraordinary experience thanks to this choice I made. And so you may decide to do something like fashion. It's a very exciting profession to be in.
Fashion Week is the inspiration of maths teacher Eleanor Wilkinson.
Fashion is something children think is just clothes. And it's not. It's about music, it's about design, it's about house design, it's about furniture and all these other things. And all of these topics are a good thing to get the children to begin to see the links about the curriculum, because we get a lot of questions: why do I learn maths? Why do I learn this part of maths? Why do I learn science? Why do I have to know this part of science? And by bringing in a subject like fashion and making them begin to see that it can cross the whole curriculum and all jobs, it makes a big difference to them.
OK, so you know that this week is Elizabethan Fashion Week for us in English, because it ties in with what we've been doing with Shakespeare's theatre. So I've got some research tasks for you to do for me today.
Richard Sackville, Earl of Dorset, wore girls' shoes, tights and a skirt and frills.
They plucked all their eyebrows out and then they painted them on with paint.
Most of the things they wear on there, like their makeup, is poisonous.
So then they can die really easily. Then they wear 8 layers of clothes.
8 layers of clothes.
So then they must be really warm.
What did you find out?
That Queen Elizabeth wore, she had 3,000 dresses.
3,000 dresses?
It'd take her over 4 years to wear them.
Next door, another English lesson is about to begin.
Good morrow, good morrow, good morrow. I don't know the afternoon. Good morrow, good morrow. All right, so we're going to explore some of the costumes worn by the Tudor people, OK? We're going to have a look at a scene from a Shakespeare play, and then, in costume, you're going to recreate that scene in groups.
We could have, obviously, Othello, and then Desdemona lying dead, and then Emilia, and looking at her.
Oh, can I be Desdemona?
So you're going to have to work out how you're going to position yourself.
So you kill me, you got a dagger over me, and I'm like...
You just get dead on the spot.
Is the Othello's wife, is she rich?
Batman, mate.
I need a rich... Yeah, but I need a rich woman.
Right, OK, well, we've got some dresses that you can have a look at in a minute, OK?
God, it's well heavy.
I'm not sure. Will you fit into this? Hang on. Let me loosen it.
You'd be better off fitting in this one.
That's what I said, but he was dead set on wearing the red and gold one.
Yeah, I'm stuck. It suits you. Midget man.
Oh, don't.
It was a joke, Mike.
There you go. What did you say, Reese?
Men would have dressed like that in plays.
They would. Why would they have dressed like that in plays?
I have no idea, but they would.
They were dames.
Yeah. They were dames. And why were there no women on the stage?
Women weren't allowed.
They weren't allowed, were they? They weren't allowed. So we're being very true to the conventions of the theatre at the time, aren't we?
It's just going to...
The main aim is, because they've done the research on the costume, is to actually get a feel for what it was like wearing them, to have a look at sort of like the material of the time. So, you know, it would have been sort of like cloth and satin and the velvet, and just to give them an idea of kind of what it was like to actually, you know, put the costume on and to get all the accessories and to be part of it, really. And what I want is those little comments like, oh, it's quite comfortable, or it's quite hot, or oh, there's a lot of things to put on. You ready, guys?
Yeah, I'll hold you.
Oh.
That's it, Ellen. Ellen. That's very good. Yes! Very good.
In Shakespeare play, I think it would be quite fun because you get to dress up, or if you like dressing up in clothes, it would be quite fun to dress up in loads of different clothes and like almost go back into the past.
We're on Fashion Week now, and last week we started the components for our fashion creation. And I'm just going to briefly remind you that we're trying to make some cardboard patterns based on Hunter Vassar's complementary colours, and then we're going to sew them together today. So we've got the idea of the samurai warrior with his sort of like interlocking sort of faceted clothes, and then we've got the 60s clothes as well. Now, you've got to come up with some ideas in groups and teams how we can make them join. What are some of the key elements about Hunter Vassar's style? What didn't he like?
Straight lines.
Straight lines, exactly. What's another element that Hunter Vassar tried to put in his pictures? What else did he try to do? Faces. Maybe we could try to hide some faces in some of these.
Guys, why don't we work in pairs? Okay, so we're going to do reds and greens then, yeah? Who wants to do the reds?
Initially, they were all individuals, so they've all made their own little part. But now, in this second lesson, they're working as teams, trying to work out how to join the things together. And I'm not giving them any rules, they've got to work it out themselves. So that's quite difficult sometimes to let go, to see what they come up with. But it seems to be coming together. They do look a little bit joined. like a tassely belt, I like that.
You could like tie two, and then the strings that have tied them both together could meet, and then it could go into one string that's hanging from one of them.
Well, what we'll try to do before the fashion show is try that out and see if it hangs well and if it's secure. That's working quite well. So now, who was weaving this one to get this square there? Because that worked really well. That's almost like a piece of armour, isn't it? Except for what's wrong with these two here?
Yeah, they went a bit wrong.
So what's it like designing for the real world of fashion?
I love the fashion industry because it gives you the chance to be creative and do something new, and your source can just be literally what's going on around you. You don't have to sort of go to far-flung corners of the world. You can just sit, look out the window and come up with ideas just from people walking by.
You can be a designer, a pattern cutter, you could be a manager in a store, you could work at head office, you could do graphic design, any website, customer service. There's definitely a lot out there, and you don't just have to do the design parts.
Well, it's great fun. That sense of kind of overwhelming activity and creative expression is really why you do it. That's why it's such a great career to have.
Fashion and music always go hand in hand. Do you agree? Yeah? No? Hands up if you think you agree. Do agree? Don't agree? 50-50. OK, well, let's test this theory. I've got some, not pictures, but I've got some things of people dressed in certain ways. I want you to look at them and tell me what you think the music is. Some of you may recognise these outfits from your English lessons. Where's our first model come from?
The Tudor times.
Tudor, Elizabethan, the Tudor times. Brilliant. Have a think. and describe what sort of music would this person be listening to?
Something that they could like dance to, or something that would use different percussion instruments.
OK, so something with fiddles, something quite classical. Nice courtly style dancing. Next, what else do we have in my cupboard of mysteries? Now, quite different. Very different.
Punk.
Punk music. Let's go for it. Mosh it, go on. This is September and you're doing some punk dancing. It is loud. No.
Is it heavy metal?
Spot on. By having the models coming in, I think it gave the students a different level to lessons. So it's not just looking at pictures, they've got to actually touch the mohawk here, which is really stiff and crusty. They've got to watch people actually moshing to the music, so really give a new dimension to the kids learning.
I made a pair of earrings that were 5 centimetres big, which is what these red ones here are. I've got a price for gold of £4.50. How am I going to work out the whole price of those earrings?
In maths, students have a choice of activities across the week. Crocheting, making glasses and hats, or earrings.
We had the emerald and silver, and then we did our price cost and we made them
hooks as well.
Yeah.
We thought we wanted to be quite big and quite not too colourful, like every colour, because that'll look a bit over the top, kind of. And we like the colour green and silver, so I thought that'd be a really good idea.
How do we work out the price of the earring? What do we do to get the cost of it?
Times that by 5.
OK, which we've got an answer for already, which is £2,250. All right?
The links I was looking for with the earrings project was to look at finance as well as the creativity of it, to let them use their imagination, let it really run wild, but to also find out how much it would cost and why the jewellery they have is quite so expensive.
We were doing a design of an ice cream, and we're doing like a triangle at the bottom and then a bigger triangle, and then like measuring it all. So we've got like a blue bottom, then a silver glass.
Mint flavour
ice cream.
And then coffee, and then a cherry on top.
Currently, like 1 carat of an emerald is £6,000. So, and we're using like a whole rectangle of it, so it's going to be quite expensive.
It's so much fun because I'm rubbish at maths and I don't know what anything because I don't listen in class because I don't know what I do. But I think I'm doing more than I probably would have done because it's like fashion.